Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? NukemDukem here. Just want to let you know I'm giving away Rainbow Six Siege, the actual full game, PC, PS4, Xbox One, and the Year 2 Season Pass. I'll put it in the description. You click on that link to enter. It's also on the Revlo for dedicated fans who watch my live stream often, so there's two ways to win. So many of you guys enjoyed my coverage on the next Operators DLC, which was Geo, and after that is becoming the Hong Kong operators. I'll get into them in a second. So we know after Spanish it's going to be Hong Kong, then Poland, then South Korea. So let's go ahead and break down what we think. All right, so on the roadmap here, we should be getting this DLC around May and the mid-season reinforcement around June and July. We can predict probably around May 11th time. That's when last year Operation Dustline came out, was May 11th for Season Pass owner. And 1 week later, the whole world gets it, the operators. Before we jump straight into the operators, I think it's kind of good to have some history of Hong Kong and how it's in relation to China. So back in the First Opium War in 1839 to 42, Hong Kong was actually under British colony rule. In World War II, they were under Japan rule and then eventually back into British colony rule in 1945. Around 1980s, that's when the United Kingdom and China did some negotiation and resulted in 1984 Sino-British Joint Declaration, which paved the way for the transfer of sovereignty of Hong Kong in 1997, which it became a special administrative region with a high degree of autonomy. So under the principle of one country, two system, Hong Kong still remains a separate political and economic system from China. Except in the military force and foreign affairs, Hong Kong maintains its independent executive, legislative, and judicial powers. Hong Kong Special Forces is called Special Duties Unit, abbreviation SDU. They also have the nickname Flying Tigers. The SDU was established back in July 1974. It is a subdivision of the Police Tactical Unit, or PTU. The PTU are the Hong Kong's police force, so it's a subdivision of their police force. And it's positioned as their official special forces, and they have daily training operation. It is a trifibulous tactic unit, which means they do naval, land, and air. Their main function is for counterterrorism, hostage rescues, and dealing with big crime lords or bosses. They were formerly trained by British SAS Special Forces before Hong Kong was handed to China. The SDU is broken up to 3 different teams. Team A and B are assault team paired with a sniper team along with them. And then Team C is more responsible for the special duties training of the new units. The selection process to become an SDU unit is not open to the public. To even qualify for recruitment, you need at least a 2-year minimum training in the Hong Kong Police Force and preferably completed training and served in a police tactical unit. And you can't also be a smoker or drinker, so no smoking, drinking for you guys if you're thinking about that special forces. The selection process is very stringent and the dropout rate is around 75%, and only about 100 officers are posted in the SDU. So it's a small group of 100 people. During their annual selection process, it's over a course of 11 days and it's considered Hell Week. And then once you get promoted or make it through the selection process, you have another additional 9 months of training. As you can see this footage, their snipers are well trained. They can hit a target with the size of the fist of a hand over 100 meters away. They also don't have a retirement age, so you're not forced to retire, but due to the unit's emphasis on overall personal capability rather than physical prowess alone, an officer only retires when he wishes to resign or has become incapable of fulfilling his duties. For the gear, their helmet consists of the MSA Mitch 2000 and higher, or they could be using an OPS Core Fast Ballistic Helmet. For their goggles, they can be using a Boley X500 or X800, or Oakley goggles and spectacles, or even a ESS Ballistic goggles. For their hoodie, they use a fire-resistant version made of Nomex with one hole opening. They have many different respirator, which is gas mask for different gas or toxins. Their tactical vest is an MSA Paraclete releasable modular vest, or they could be wearing a tactical Taylor Fight Light Plate carrier. Okay, now let's finally go over their weapons. Sniper rifles. They could be using a Remington 700 or the SR-25. They could be using the L42A1 or the L96A1. They could be using an AX338 or the HKG3SG1 or different version of HK. Last but not least, they could be using a SIG SSG 3000. For their shotguns, they use a Remington 870 or the Benelli M1 Super 90 or the Spaz 15. Alright, right now I'm going to just talk about all the assault rifle that they currently use present day, not all their former ones. So they use a M16A1 and A2. They could be using a SIG SG 516 or a G36 KV, and finally the SR16. Personally, I hope they finally add a M16 in the game. It would be nice to have that. For their submachine gun, they only use an MP5, which is already in the game, and many operators use it. I'm not going to make a photo of that. Alright, let's go ahead and move towards their secondary. They could be using a Smith & Wesson Model 10. They could be using a FN GP35, or they could be using a Glock 17/19 with Sunfire. If they do add a Glock, it'll be first time there'll be a Glock in the game, so that'll be exciting. Hopefully they do add a Glock in the game. Alright, so let's go ahead and head into some rumors and speculation. They're pretty exciting. You guys see the third shadow on the bottom from left to right behind the Hong Kong flag? If you actually zoom in, that looks like a sniper rifle. Now that looks like a sniper rifle with a scope on it. A lot of people were saying maybe the shadow and the operators is not where it's supposed to be, and it could be for more the Spanish one, where the Spanish are more into sniper rifle and thermal vision. But basing off just behind which operator, behind which flag, it looks like they might be introducing a sniper rifle into the game for Hong Kong operators. Now, I spoke earlier that the Hong Kong police force and the special duties unit uses sniper rifles, but only the HKPF has bolt action. Some people also speculate it could be the Sig Sauer SSG 2000 or the L96. I'm going to read the Reddit user original post, Rahi Lewis, of his speculation if there was going to be another sniper rifle in the game. He says, judging by both the SSG 2000 and the L96 are larger than Glass OTS-03, as well as their respective scopes, the new sniper operator is likely one designed for actual long-range engagement rather than switch from medium to long-range as Glass has its flip sight. Now, this next rumor is most unlikely true, is that we might have a different type of AK, since you can see the shadow and the scope of the barrel of this AK. It's very similar, but since I already did the research and said earlier there is no AK within the SDU Special Forces, so it's unlikely unless Rainbow Six Siege throws something in that's not canon to the operator unit, but it's something fun to discuss about. What do you guys think? Alright, now let's go ahead and speculate what could the map look like. Here's a panoramic view of two different cityscapes of Hong Kong. Now this is highly unlikely, but Hong Kong does have Disneyland, so we could see an amusement park. They have a very well-known clock tower, so it could be an area with a big clock tower building. They have a Sim Sha Su Promenade. Sorry, I butchered that, native speakers. But they do have a very nice big promenade. They also have the Golden Bahinia Square, sorry I butchered that, and the HKCEC. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for me. Don't forget to win the Rainbow Six Siege full game and the Year 2 Season Pass. It's in the descriptions for you. I spent over 3 hours putting this video together, making all the necessary editing and research. So you guys can send me some love, hitting that like button, subscribe, and share this. Below video player says share. I really appreciate that. That'd be awesome. Okay, here's a footage of me playing with other well-known Rainbow Six Siege YouTubers and Twitch streamers. See if you can recognize their voice and let me know who you think they are.
How did he see me on the first time?
I swear I double down every time with
Oh god, it's just me.
yeah. It's insane how often I double down with Caveira.
Legbeard's lit for 50%.
You got this, no problem, no sweat.
I should have been more patient.
It's all about the sweat, man. If you're not sweaty, you ain't doing it right. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. They're
You're
not
lucky.
joking, dude.
You a lucky man.
Let's just give you a haircut.
Jesus Christ, Nukem.
Dude.
Oh,
Oh.
no!
Magnum.
Oh my god!
Dude, well played.
Oh my
Well
god!
fucking played.
How did you not?
This guy like one tapped Macy J with one bullet, and then this is like
Oh
an
my
entire
God.
mag when you turned around.
Okay,
That's how I feel like my life is.
Yeah.
what's your sensitivity FOV and